Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Who's on na?
It's been a while.
I know. It's been almost 2 weeks. So, we just wanna say hello, hello, hello. Sino ba yung mga early birds natin today?
Wala pang. Mag-hi muna yung mga tao dyan.
O, ayan. Nandiyan na si Homer. O, ayan na. Hello, everybody. So, we're just going to keep on welcoming people for the next few minutes, around mga 3 minutes or so. And then we can start.
Anyway, we have a lot of new viewers. So,
Yes.
pakilala muna tayo. I
Yes.
am RR.
Herrera.
Herrera.
and
Herrera.
I'm Carelle Herrera. So, yes, we are the founders and owners of Train Station Philippines. And we would like to welcome all of our friends, all of the people there. Hello, Jay.
Yeah, we
Pangilinan.
are NLP experts.
Yes, we're NLP experts, and we also utilize a lot of applied neurosciences on the training programs that we have. So we hope that you get to tune in for the rest of the 1 hour that we will be on, so that we can talk about life after COVID.
So, this is like our fourth already, no?
This is our
This is
fourth
our fourth
Facebook Live,
yes.
and probably
since the lockdown started.
yes, and probably when this is all done and over with, we can always look at the video, click on the video again, and watch it again.
Yeah, ang dami naman kasi nating, we only have 2 weeks to go. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we only have 2 weeks to go.
More.
I think that the curve is flattening nga. So, sana okay na talaga so that we can finally go out and enjoy.
Well, can we just say hi to the people who are saying
Sige,
hi to
muna
us
tayo.
first? Hello.
Hi, Jay Pangilinan.
Nasa Thailand pa yan, no? Or nandito na ba
I don't
siya?
know.
Where are you now, Jay? But anyway, sabi ni Lourdes, ang
si
fresh
Lourdes,
nyo
ang
naman.
fresh.
Thanks.
Si Chofi again.
Hello,
yan.
Chofi.
Laging nanonood sa atin.
Yes.
So, thank you.
And we have Christine Jezebel Abellera. Hello. Ayan na.
Si
Bakit ako
Tin.
naka-blue? Ba't ako naka-blue
Bakit?
today? Kasi nandyan si Tin Encarnacion. And I want to say hi to Tin and the rest of SM.
Ayan.
So, mga HR of SM, they're watching today. So, hello to
For this session, no,
SM.
actually, they requested for this topic.
Yeah.
Na life after
COVID.
COVID.
Oo.
Kasi nga naman, parang we have been on lockdown for how many weeks already? 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
Yeah.
And yun nga, marami rin kumakalat na parang, sige, it's okay not to be productive, okay to rest, ganyan. The thing is, what happens now after the lockdown?
Yeah.
How will things change? How do we cope?
Yeah.
What yung mga bago ba?
What are the predictions? What are the trends? Oh, and before we proceed, hello rin ulit muna sa Thailand. Si Gerald Rivera is here.
Hi, Gerald.
Sawadee krap. And then, sawadee krap, no? Kapag babae.
Babae.
And so si Jay is stuck here. Hello. We have Tin Bernarte Sanchez. Hello. Ana. Uy, may
pumapayat
papayat.
daw.
Kasi kahit naka-lockdown, it's so hard. Pero nagbe-vegetarian pa rin kami. We're still sticking with our
Nico
vegetarian.
Manalo is here.
Hello, Nico.
Hi.
Oh my goodness.
And of course,
miss
magkapatid.
you.
Ayan, si Carmela. We miss you, Carmela.
And Carmela.
I hope everything's okay.
Uy, happy birthday,
Happy
RR.
birthday! Thank you, Kevin. It's gonna be on Sunday.
Yeah. So, anyway, meron na rin tayong medyo celebration today. So, maybe we can proceed. Are we ready? How many people do we have right now? And maybe we can already start so that it's going to be more fruitful for everyone else who are joining us. And oh, hi,
Brooke.
hello, Brooke.
Hi, Brooke.
From New Zealand. Oh, how's New Zealand? You know,
I miss New Zealand.
I miss New Zealand as well. Kia ora. Yes. So maybe we can start. We have a good number of people right now watching.
Yeah.
And tinatanong ng SM kanina, makikita ba natin yung names? Iro-roll call daw ba natin mamaya? No, just kidding. Pero,
mag-comment sila para makita.
Oh, yeah, you can comment so that we can see all the names of the people who are here.
Again, let's ask questions. So
Yeah.
if you have questions, let us know. We'll post it and then we'll try to answer given that the background in NLP and neuroscience. So how the brain works, how the brain reacts to these things, and
How can we respond
how to
better?
use how to
Yeah.
utilize the brain better,
Yeah.
diba? To get better results.
So I guess in the past, how many weeks na? How many weeks na ba tayong naka-lockdown? 34 weeks already, right? It's been 1 month.
Well, tayo more because we came from a trip. We came from Japan. So, nag 14-day quarantine din kami before the lockdown. So, medyo mahaba-haba yung medyo babaliw na kami.
Yes. And when we talk about how people tended to respond to the lockdown, I think yung mga first week was like panic. Everyone didn't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
They didn't know how people would respond to everything else that's happening around us. And yung mga nasa second week, ayan na, people started doing things, started helping out, started, finding a way to do what they can to help, to find a way to get supplies and resources. Nung mga nasa third week, medyo tayo, Holy Week eh.
Yeah.
Nung nag-Holy Week, I think people had that mindset na rin na, talaga, vacation na rin. Wag muna natin pag-usapan yung mga work, wag muna natin pag-usapan yung mga ibang bagay. Pahinga na rin muna tayo at maraming tao nagdadasal din and, did that spiritual cleansing and journey. Now, this week,
Wait lang.
ayan, ito yung mga realities of live. Kasi, syempre, may bata kaming gising na 2-year-old at meron kaming 6-year-old din na naghihingi ng attention. And I know that a lot of you are experiencing that as well. Okay, so, can I just have like a very brief round lang of highs to a couple of people, like si Anna from Quezon City, si Sister Anthony. I hope that the people in the convent get to watch this as well. We have people from STI. Uy, si Mel Garrido.
Hey, Mel.
Yes, and of course from Toyota. Hello, Toyota Goldie. And from FSFC, our partners once again are watching us. So, yan. Let's talk about now the 4th week. Ito na yung nangyayari. 4th week, 5th week. Nag-extend tayo ng lockdown and ano na yung nakikita nating trends? Ano na yung nakikita nating nangyayari?
Grabe, ang daming magbabago.
Ang daming magbabago at ang daming nang nagbago. So right now, we are talking about a new normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's really the new normal. And after we talk about the new normal, what we need to know would be, ano ba itong mga shifts na to? There are many studies right now on the shifts, and I'm sure that a lot of you would have ideas on ano na ba itong shifts na to. Your work has greatly been affected. Yun na yung pinaka number 1 shift na pagbabago. A lot of people are working from home. There will be a global shift of people losing their jobs, and that's a reality.
Actually, ang galing because this is how you see also the agility and the resilience of people. No? Na parang even organizations were not prepared for online stuff.
Yes.
Deliveries, biglang all of a sudden, ang efficient na ngayon, biglang mas madali na because people have learned how to order online, how to connect with people, nag-Zoom tayo bigla, diba, we utilized a lot of these applications. This one, for example, the application that we're using for FB Live, I had to learn it online.
Yeah.
So, grabe ang tutorial sa YouTube. So,
yun yung sinasabing mangyayaring magiging shifts. And let me clear about these shifts. It's not in the bullet points that we're showing, but let me just, call out a couple of these shifts that are happening.
Sige.
These came from...
Wala pang PowerPoint.
PowerPoint ka na.
Okay,
PowerPoint. These came from many studies done by different organizations. Merong mga studies done by Gallup, merong studies done by a group called Board of Innovation. So, ang gaganda ng mga insights nila. And the shifts are, number 1, there's going to be more upskilling and reskilling required. That's a number 1 shift. Like what you're saying, kinakailangan matuto ka ng eCam Live, kailangan matuto tayo paano mag-Facebook Live. I didn't know how to do Facebook Live kasi lahat ng tao gusto kong batiin at this point. But there is really a process pala. Meron palang tamang flow. So there's upskilling and reskilling that is going to be required. Why? Because so many people will lose their jobs. So many people will be redundant. So many people will, yung mga dating face-to-face na ginagawa na interactions, nagiging online.
Okay.
Nagiging virtual. So, yung mga meetings na dating ginagawa natin face-to-face, it is now forced to be online and virtual. We can see now that our client and partner Jollibee and Chowking, they're selling their products now in groceries. So you can see the Chicken Joy that you can buy already
In Chowking.
in Hypermart.
In Chowking chicken. Actually,
Pinopromote talaga.
Ang galing kasi even our partners, like Shell, no, for example, ang Shell, to go or select nila, even yung select nila, nagbebenta na rin ng frozen food.
Yes,
diba?
exactly. So it's really an upskilling, reskilling, and finding out ways of how to do your business differently. Now, another shift, so that's number one shift na meron kang upskilling and reskilling. Number two will be conflict management skills. Bakit? Kasi mas marami ng tension. Mas marami kasi...
Saan nagagaling yung tension?
Kasi stress na yung tao eh. Stress na sila in the first place. Stressed because of, the uncertainty of a lot of things, a lot of workload happening. There is such a thing. I came from the Wharton Neuro Initiative forum yesterday, and in Wharton we were talking about video conferencing fatigue. So there are so many people na bakit pagod na pagod ako kapag ka nasa bahay ako when I'm working from home and it's one video after another kasi sunod-sunod. So there's that thing, the video conferencing fatigue, which is coming from the brain na naman to. Mas nagsastrain yung brain mo as opposed to a social interaction na ganito. Kaya-kaya kitang basahin, kayang-kaya nating mag-send off ng energy sa isa't isa, but if we're doing it online, the strain is much more. We
experienced this, no? Like the first 2 weeks, specifically, when we went on lockdown, kasi all of a sudden, biglang tuloy-tuloy lahat ng mga meetings online. Although again, after the second week, parang medyo adjust na rin tayo because we were so tired, we had no parang deadline or parang wala tayong cut-off.
Walang
cut-off. So even up to like 8, 9 in the evening, we were still online, we were still meeting with different suppliers, with our teams, and then we realized hindi pwedeng ganito.
Can we just like one comment here from Tin. Tin said, people are forced to embrace online lifestyle. And when you talk about an online lifestyle, there's no downtime anymore. There's no traffic, there's no time to really think about it, wala na siyang off na okay pagdating ng 6 o'clock, pwede na akong mag-relax. Hindi, kasi yung ibang tao nagtatrabaho pa rin, especially in the first few weeks because people are trying to catch up and run after what they need to do. Meron pang ang guilt eh. Some people actually experience guilt for being at home and working from home. So they tend to work more or do overtime. Iba-iba tayo ng pinagdadaanan.
Ako naman because I'm so used to working with everybody with me, no? So talagang parang I have to call and then I have to call again, I have to call. Parang nakakapagod talaga siya.
And because of that, kaya natin sinasabi na kailangan mag-upskill ka rin sa conflict management. Because of the rising tension, people are more tense, and plus, you now have different work styles coming into place, and you're online. It's not like kaya mong bantayan at sabihin gawin mo to. Hindi mo magagawang, okay, everybody, let's do this, go, go, go. You're doing it all online. So, how do you manage the rising tension and conflicts that are happening? And we can also see, there's also though a trend that, a lot of people, especially with legalities, dyan nalalabas yung mga legalities, mga legal tensions, wherein some contracts may not push through because of force majeure, which is happening right now.
Mayroon spike nga daw sa Google na a lot of people have been searching force majeure, ano yung definition, if it applies.
Yes. Kung ito bang situation na to ay force majeure, kamusta yung kontrata nila. So, meron ding spike and a shift in a lot of the way that we do things. Like for example, online. Before, kapag ka magmi-meeting tayo sa client, the best way to present our identity is through fashion. What we wear. Right now, talagang nag-shift ang lahat ng tao, naging yung bahay na, nakikita natin yung pagkatao ng ating mga katrabaho, the people that we work with, because we see where they live, their background, their household. Now, did you know that there might even be a rise of digital avatars? Like digital personas. There are a lot of people. We were talking to a group of individuals group of brilliant minds on gaming, and they're saying, kasi yung may mga tao walang makeup, hindi nakabis, hindi nakaayos, darating ang panahon na nakikipag-usap sa'yo ay avatar na yung facial expressions mo kayang gayahin. Really now? Well, and in that scenario, isn't it so far na parang napaka-fantaserya ng mangyayari that people will, have their own accessories fashion, but it's in an avatar form. So
it's scary and exciting.
Yeah, they're talking about
at the same time.
Yeah, they're talking about virtual puppets. So that's an aside. But people are now optimizing work from home setups. So right now, people are buying equipment. People are, upgrading their equipment, beautifying a corner in their house para maging mas maganda yung kanilang background whenever they do online meetings. But there is also a shift when it comes to traveling. A lot of the traveling will get affected. Imagine mo to, right now, travel tourism has been cut. But when it comes to now traveling abroad, you are now going to wonder, is it safe to travel there? Will I be on quarantine after that? Paano na ngayon yung aking actual travel? So maybe there's going to be a boost of local travel because nandito na lang siya after
Mas
the COVID.
siya.
Mas controlled siya.
So again, tourism will be affected. So,
restaurants will be affected.
So even, kunwari, after the lockdown, ito yung magbo-boom agad yan?
Meron tayong mga different scenarios that we can look at after this. And if we're talking about, your only business being live, face-to-face, it's going to really be hell. It's really going to be difficult for people kasi I'm for sure, after this, what's gonna happen is there will be now new rules. There will be new policies enforced. There will be new behaviors that will come into play. So let's say, yung traveling, there will now be stricter things when you travel. Like when 9/11 happened. Prior to 9/11, there were no metal scanners in airports. Remember that?
Correct.
And it totally changed how we traveled right after 9/11. Everything got a lot stricter. So ganun yung mangyayari na baka magkaroon na ng additional certification on safety. Because alam mo right now, people don't even trust. Ito yung isa pang mataas na shift in behavior ha. People don't trust hygiene of other people.
Totoo yan.
Diba? Parang,
So talking about that, like, how about relationships? How about dating? How about relating with people? Do you think it'll change?
well, if it's a new date, new type of dating, definitely. Although I don't know about people who've been going out for a long period of time, it will be changing a lot of things.
The reason why I asked is because this is behavior already, and nung nangyari yung sa New York nung 9/11, we went after and then we realized parang mas mabait sila all of a sudden.
Yeah, that is a shift in behavior. People will be more considerate. You are now getting more considerate. We sneeze, onto
Instead of here,
here,
tayo, yeah.
yung umuubo ka na dito, we're more considerate. Although it's also raising kapraningan.
Yeah.
Meron nakaka-insultong comment, bata pa daw si Kevin Concepcion noon. Pinanganak ka na ba noon? So anyway.
Bata ka pa noon, ngayon magkakabata ka na.
Yes. So when we're talking about the shift in behavior as well, hindi lang sa people, pati sa products. Yesterday, we received a product from Lazada. And alam mo yung pagkita ko rin sa labas ng package, Chinese yung handwriting. Parang ayoko siyang hawakan bigla. Sprinehan.
And not just because Chinese yung handwriting. I mean,
kasi nag-travel siya. Kahit saan galing.
Yan. Yeah.
Oo, kasi in order ko siya.
Let's just clear that up.
Yes, clearing that up. So, sprinay ni RR, dinisinfect niya. And when I opened it, I also had to disinfect the product inside. So, people are now wary of products. Who touched it? Right now, people are all wondering, do I disinfect my groceries? Do I wash my groceries? Yung all of those things. So, it really changes our behavior and our paranoia. A lot of people are really more paranoid. Is this product clean? Is this person clean? Did this person wash their hands?
Yeah.
Do they wash their hands 2 times?
Actually, ang pinakamaganda nito, I think the effect
20 seconds.
behaviorally with people is we are more conscious of hygiene.
Yes.
I think more people will be washing their hands as it should be naman talaga.
Yeah.
So, yung alcohol nga, di ba? Parang nagkakaubusan. So, I think that will stay,
Right.
after this. That's another major behavioral change.
Globally, the behavioral change, like I had a conversation with someone based in Washington, and this person said that, especially Asians, we are clumped together as one race. So just because you are Asian, there is discrimination, very strong discrimination. Like even going to the groceries right now is so difficult for the Asians in America because they feel the discrimination because of what's happening right now in COVID. Now, so yun yung mga, people will be more mindful, and at the same time, mas marami ring paranoia ang nangyayari. Now, a lot of these things also are going to raise more anxiety. Because of these things that's happening, na baka magkaroon na ng new behavior. There will be engagements again, but might be limited engagements. There will be stricter policies and rules when there are live engagements and face-to-face engagements.
So all of these changes, yung anxiety na yan, comes from uncertainty.
Of course.
Okay, so
not unless there is like a ano yung pinaka-optimum daw na output? The most optimum output is we find a vaccine, we get to do a community herding and just, inject everybody and everyone else gets immune, and that's the best solution to all of this. So the scenario of that, according to this group called Board of Innovation, they call it like the V. Yun yung V recovery. Ano yung V recovery? Ibig sabihin nito, ito nangyari nga, boom, magbo-boom back tayo. So, back into the saddle, back into our work, so if your company is affected financially, then it will still recover, but, it might not be as fast as the ones who are, booming right now. There are a lot of industries and companies still booming right now. Did you know that, in terms of stock market, there are so many companies right now that boomed after COVID? So if you made an investment, prior to this scenario,
GFC, for example.
Yeah, I think even SM, I think even Globe. So there are organizations that if you invested in them, wow, nagbo-boom pa sila. So there are companies who are good, who are okay. But if your company is financially strapped, nagkaroon kayo ng financial difficulty, when you go through the V curve, ang pagbalik ninyo, back
exponential.
Exponential kung okay ka. Kung hindi okay, babalik ka lang din. So, yun yung mga hindi natin masyadong pinaproblema. But there is also what we call a U-curve.
Okay.
U-curve will mean that, how it'll happen is it's not so, mas madedelay, magkakaroon pa ng mas matatagal na lockdown. Some other countries are just starting their lockdowns. Some other companies will probably, be really hit by this U-curve because of the extension.
At matagal to. Kasi, even if, kunwari, matapos talaga tayo ng April 30, no? Because I think US is just starting.
Yeah.
And since we are greatly affected, we have a lot of products from the US. We have a lot of companies, US companies here in the Philippines. I think the effect also will still be longer than the lockdown.
Exactly. So, kapag ka nangyari to, nasa mga 6 months time to 1 year, itong extension na to, mararamdaman talaga ng mga companies who are not as stable, who are very high touch. Ano ibig sabihin ng high touch? Yung kanilang organization is greatly dependent on face-to-face. But the ones who are low touch or kaya nilang i-convert yung kanilang business into low touch experiences with their customers, yun ang magsasurvive in this as well. Now, the third is the L. It's the L curve. Ano ibig sabihin ng L curve? Ito talaga years, it's going to be catastrophic,
So is there a way to determine if you're part of the ones that will experience the L curve or the U curve?
The V, the U, and the L curve is all dependent on what's gonna happen to the pandemic,
Okay.
So it is not about what we can do, but
it's not determined by your organization.
It is also determined by your organization's capacity, financial status, ano yung market ninyo, ano yung business ninyo. Kasi kapag ka nasa L curve ka daw, tapos yung talagang walang nangyayari and your company is high touch at hirap na hirap ka, the option is to abandon your market. As in, wow. I mean, there are companies who would really have to restructure, reconfigure how they're doing things. And I see so many companies, big international, multinationals, who are doing that. And even the local companies we have, like the Jollibees, the SMs, all of these companies are trying to adapt to the new normal. So, because we are faced with the new normal, I think
it's not defined yet. The new normal is not defined yet. There's a lot of uncertainty. Although we, because of the trend, we're foreseeing already like eto mas maraming concerned about hygiene, mas maraming concerned about relationships and stuff like that.
Right.
So you're going to give tips.
Yes.
Neuroscience tips, no?
Yes, on how to deal with these 10 shifts. Now, itong 10 shifts na to, sabi ng mga tao, magkakaroon tayo ng more anxiety. Kasi nga, more loneliness, more anxiety, more conflicts. So, one, you need to upskill. And number two, you need to be able to find ways to seek for help. Kaya itong shifts ng behavior na to, nakikita natin online work, coaching and therapy online, doctors going to, calling you on the phone instead of seeing you face to face. We are seeing people, changing the way that they restructure their house to make makeshift offices. So a lot of these things are really, really changing. But as these changes happen, as you start to see the new normal, what I want to ask from you is, what filters do you see these changes with? Because if you see them with filters, ano ba ibig sabihin ng filters? Parang ano yan ano ba yung filter ng camera mo pagka nagpipicture ka? Gumaganda ka ba bigla? Di ba? Parang biglang, uy, beauty, ang ganda-ganda. Or yung filter ba ng camera mo ay walang beautification, so kita mo lahat ng
So what
flaws.
lens? Kumbaga, another word for it is lens. Anong lens ang gamit mo?
Yes. So the lens with which you see the world, if you are, I'm a person who is involved in business and I'm very innovative, and I think because of my experience in theater and improv comedy, sobra akong sanay na fast thinking talaga Kailangan, pagka binigyan ako ng problema, iisipin ko agad, ano yung solusyon, paano ako mag-respond. So, because of that, whatever is being thrown at me, I choose to see it with filters of being a businesswoman, being a solutions-oriented person, but if you being a mom, but if you receive it from the filters of negativity, complaint, problems, worry, if you just see it from those filters, that's gonna overwhelm you. So
it's normal to have that. Normal. It's normal to have those filters. One, again, because there's uncertainty and it's ingrained in us as human beings, no? Because we cannot predict. We don't know what's going to happen. Normal yun. It's fine. The thing is, yung binigay mong tip before was just to stop, no, and look at the situation.
Yeah.
See if there are other things that you can think of.
Yeah, take a step back and see it with a different filter. Because right now, if I see it only from the filter of worry and from the filters of spiraling worry kasi ang hindi nakakatulong. Yun yung talaga hindi nakakatulong. So if I see it from those filters, I will not be able to see a solution. But if I see a problem and I try to see it from the filter of what can be done here? What is a solution here? It shifts your mind to a different filter.
Kahit wala pang solution, no? Sometimes it's hard to see, parang to think of the solution right away. But what you can do is, sige, kung wala pa akong maisip na solution, what I can do is think about, okay, what can I do?
Yes.
Now, so, parang ano yung nasa circle of control ko?
Yes. So if we're going to talk about response flexibility, it is your ability as a human being to choose how you respond to things. So,
may question tayo from Mark Flores. How do you see the impact of the new normal to independent or freelance consultants?
There is a huge impact for freelance consultants if they are not able to translate what they're doing in a new platform. Yeah. Because freelance consultants, freelance trainers, they will be greatly affected, and a lot of people are already shifting. Although the benefit of consulting and the type of work that we do with consulting services is you can take it online. It's just conversations with people.
And for me, ang take din dyan sa mga freelance consultants is parang you will need to invest more, because before na just normal meetings, no, na parang now you have you need to invest on equipment, you need to invest on like a program to convert all of your programs online.
Yes.
So, yun.
So, maybe, si Tin said, excited to know the tips. Okay, so ano ba tong tips na to? The first tip that is being utilized right now is really agility, right? But the most important thing to remember, pag sinasabing, ano ba tong agility na to? The fast and the decisive will win. At this point, at this time, whether you're a freelance consultant, whether you're an employee, whether you are a boss, you have to be sure that you are fast and decisive. Okay? But important yung word na decisive kasi dapat pinagdesisyonan mo. You have to think of your options.
Not rash.
Not rash decisions.
Hindi rush.
Rash. Pwede rin. Rash.
Rash. Okay.
Okay, hindi rushed lang siya. But it has to be fast. I have to give you an insight that a lot of RR's ideas, he's very strategic. He likes making all of these thoughts.
Sa Gallup strengths ko, that's one of my top 5.
Yeah, so a lot of a lot of his strategies and a lot of his ideas are already executed by other people. You know, because
during the first week of the lockdown, I said, this is what we should do. We should have this, and then a few weeks after, ayan na, people are starting to do
They're already doing it. So it's important to be fast and decisive. And for example, for the restaurant business or for people in HR or for people in operations, alam natin, we know of the importance of being fast and decisive.
Siguro yung pagiging brash, no? Sinasabi ko lang rin, the reason why, I'll give a few tips kung bakit ang bilis sa akin. Another strength that I have sa aking Gallup strengths, no, is connectedness. I am able to see patterns and I am able to see like the effect long term and short term, and it comes automatically. So if you have that skill also, and if you work with people who have that skill, I think it's good to work with them and see and ask for their input. Okay, what's going to happen? Ano magiging effect nito? And then work as a team. I mean, even if online, even if we're far from each other, I think because of the new applications that are out there, we are able to work better now. Yeah. So, pwede pa rin naman to work with other people.
Right. And when it comes to being fast and decisive, and when it comes to agility, we're not talking about just agility na mag-isa ka. Because honestly, you become more agile with a team. Correct. Now, it is so difficult to work with the team, especially now that we're all online. So how do we become more agile as a team with our relational network to become more agile? Just to give you an example, for example, in this community that we're in, magkakapit bahay kami. So we're in one community. And of course, there are people who need
6
bread.
towers in our
there are
condo.
people who need bread. There are people who need chicken, vegetables. And now there are people who own businesses here and they have yung may mga ganun silang mga supplies. Or there are people who cook and then provide for the people in the community. So
may
it's
mga
really,
swapping na nga rin na nagaganap.
puro swapping.
It's not just selling, even swapping. Like, these are my books, who would like to borrow? Yung mga ganyan.
Yeah, at saka yung nangyayari na naglilinis ka ng bahay kasi nandito ka ngayon at naka-lockdown. So yung mga tao, ito yung mga laruan at mga old clothes ng mga anak ko. Sino ang mga may bagong anak na kailangan ng mga damit? So, nagkakaroon ng ganon. The agility, the way people responded to this is now going to be quicker and faster because you have a network. So it's important to have a network as well of people even if you are doing things online. So let's go for how can we be more fast and agile. It's really how you have trained your brain. Kapag ang iyong mindset ay, wait a minute, let's see what's happening to the world, what's being done right now.
Kung dati pwede yan.
Ngayon hindi na pwede, guys. Ang bilis. Like, as I've said, ideas that we have are already being executed. And, you know, probably by next week, we are changing our platform already because we think that we can already go on-demand, online, Zoom, webinars, wherein we can really help our clients and our customers already get on board actual training. So,
and the good thing is, maganda rin na even before the lockdown, we were working on these things already. Yeah. So like, even nung lockdown, doon namin nilaunch yung aming chatbot. Doon namin, so...
At saka, even the decisions that people make, ngayon, lalo na ngayon sa lockdown, kapag kaya mo siyang ibigay in 5 weeks, goodbye. Wala na. People want now. People want what is urgent. So, what is next? What we do to train our brain? So, how can you train your brain? What if you're so used to being lax? What if you're so used to being, wait a minute, kaping mainit, hold on first, let me get all information first. How do you train your brain to think fast, make decisions faster? So, yan yung important. Important yung think. Hindi natin sinasabing wag mag-isip. Mag-isip and think fast. Okay? Yun yung first. Ano ngayon ang iisipin mo? So, let me give you a couple of tips on how to train your brain to think fast. I want you to look at your community. Look at your company. Look at your country. What is needed in my company? What is needed in my community? What is needed in my country right now? So, alam natin, kailangan ng grocery. Alam natin, kailangan ng gulay. Ano yung pinakamabilis maubos ng mga supplies? Ano yung mga kailangan natin? So, to be able to know what is needed, kailangan ng tao ngayon ng tulong because a lot of people are going through anxiety. A lot of people still need training because they need empowerment despite what's happening. We need conflict resolution. We need more lawyers to get online, to give us online consults. We need doctors who will go online to give also online consults. So there are so many things. So, dito sa mga bagay na to, malaman natin ano ba yung rising need, changing needs now and in the future.
And even as for managers, your team also, ano ba yung needs ng team mo? I think that's very crucial also.
Exactly. Ano yung need ng team mo, because you need to be able to reflect on what you can provide or what you can give as a solution. Okay. So, after thinking fast, one of the things that will train you to think fast is making connections. Ano lang yun, simple tip lang yun sa akin. Every day when you wake up and you see the news, you see a problem, you see a scenario, or as simple as this, maglabas ka ng ingredients ng mga groceries, tingnan mo, ano kaya ang pwede kong gawin dito sa mga bagay na to? Train your brain to think fast. That's just a tip. Sometimes you can do a game with your kids. Sometimes you can do a game with your spouse and, just help each other think fast. Kasi, minsan, naka-cruise mode. Alam mo ba, naka-cruise yung ating brains right now, lalo na sa maraming tao na nasa lockdown. So, paano natin pwedeng gawing mas mabilis ang ating pag-iisip? Okay? So, merong isang napakabilis mag-isip.
Clarification lang daw, sabi ni Mel. Pwede niyo po ulitin, yun po ba yung think fast? Yung mga ex daw iisipin pa, ganyan.
Ayan, si Mel Garrido ng STI ay isa sa pinakamabilis mag-isip na taong kilala ko. Ang bilis niyang makaisip ng punchline. And that is the same skill that you have in thinking of possible solutions to a problem. Same brain skill lang yon. Same part, network ng brain, yung nakakakuha ng insight. It's this part of the brain, yung ating analysis part of the brain.
People who have practiced this, have exercised this skill, will be more agile or will be more resilient?
They're more used to thinking fast.
Okay.
So, if you're not used to that and you're used to being more analytical, step by step, lahat muna ng information, I think this is the time to practice that mindset of, okay, how do I do it faster? Because times are really changing.
So, because of the lockdown, because of what happened to us, people have learned to think fast. Can you say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because of that, since it's a skill that has been learned during the lockdown, so after the lockdown, you think things will be faster?
Depends on the V, the U, and the L curve.
Okay.
I believe. Kasi pagka ang iyong pagbabalik ay V, pam, balik agad yan diba? So everyone would be agit. Alam mo yung gusto bumalik sa trabaho. Yeah! Pagka nandun tayo sa U-curve, nandiyan yung kailangan ng response pero online. Agility mo to convert your product, your market, to transition what you're doing into something else. Pagka L-curve, it's knowing when to leave the ship. Right? So
it's still a choice. Like how you will respond to this. Yung kaninang slide mo, response flexibility. Like, I want to be able to do this fast.
Yeah.
I want to be able to shift. I want to be able to, since I did that since naiwan ako during the lockdown kasi wala akong ganung resource, this time I will work hard to have that resource so that when it happens again, I'm more agile.
Yeah. So, train your brain to think fast. But think fast.
So, ito sinabi rin ni Val na parang I do that pagdating sa cooking. I look at the fridge and lay out and what we have to and decide what we have to cook for the day. So, yun, think fast also. No? Na parang given all of your resources, okay, parang kanina, no? Kasi meron nga kaming FB Live, we have to prepare. So, ginawa namin, yung walang kwentang, wala masyadong kailangan gawin na pagkain. Shabu-shabu. Ilagyan mo lang agad sa isang kaldero lahat. Ilagyan mo ng tubig, luto na siya.
Hindi, sobrang critical to, lalo na sa mga tao nag-grocery. Kasi syempre, pag nag-grocery ka, tambak na eh.
Yes.
So kapag kumuha ka, lalo na kami ng vegetarian, kailangan think fast ako. Kasi baka mabulok yung sayote.
Correct.
Mabubulok yung talong. So, kailangan alam mo kung paano mo gagamitin yung resources na yon. So,
yun, nabulok. Yun, tinanim na namin yung green onions.
Correct. Now, it's not as if wala tayong resource. It's not as if wala tayong resources. Meron tayong resources. And it's not as if wala tayong magagawa given what is happening right now. So, for example, and ito nangyayari to, wala akong ganitong rekado. Anong gagawin mo? Kung wala kang ganitong klaseng ingredient sa iluluto mo, humahanap ka ng substitute. Right? Doon ka nagiging resourceful. Kung wala ako nito, hahanap ako ng paraan. Yung anak ko nagpapabili ng lion dance. Alam niyo ba yung lion dance? Yung mahilig yung anak ko sa lion dance. Nagpapabili siya. So,
it's not here. Sana papakita ko
sa kami ng basket. Tapos, gumupit-gupit
handle
ako
niya.
yung handle na bubukas. Nilagyan namin ng ipin. Nilagyan ko ng mata. Kung kailan talaga walang-wala ka, meron kang makikitang bagay that you can use for you to utilize for a problem, to solve a problem. So, being resourceful is very important na hindi yung, kailangan namamayagpag tayo sa resources. Dapat maganda yung internet. Dapat maganda yung tools ko. You have to find a way to link your resources to solve the problem. What can you have? What do you have right now to solve the problem? And it's not like we're zero. You can search online. Ang daming information for you to get more resources, for you to upskill.
And a lot of them are giving it for free now. I don't know, webinars, movies, talks like this one also.
Videos. You can edit your own nice videos and it's nice, it's good. So maraming resources out there available, more than you realize. Now it's also a matter of knowing what resources do you have around you in your community. So kunyari kami ngayon kausap namin yung mga kapitbahay namin, and that's what we try to tap on. I have a neighbor who's a creative director who can help us out for creatives. I have a neighbor who is who has his own grocery. Merong mga ganong kapitbahay. Or meron akong kapitbahay na nagluluto ng tinapay. Meron akong kapitbahay na nagluluto ng bilo-bilo. Yung isang kapitbahay gumagawa ng arroz caldo. When they cook, it's extra and they sell it. So nagkakaroon talaga ng opportunities. But ano yung needed? Like for example, ano needed ng team mo? Tanong ni RR, what is needed by your team? Communication? What is needed by your company? Someone who is faster right now? Someone who is meron siyang technical know-how? Ano yung meron ka na saswak doon sa kailangan ng kumpanya, ng community, at malay mo ng bayan natin. As one of our trainers, Kat Del Rosario, she makes cakes, right? And because nahinto lahat ng production niya and stuff, gumagawa rin sila ng lengwa, nahinto, ang ginawa niya, ano yung kaya kong gawin? May mga tao ako dito, meron ako resources, and she helped creating PPE shields.
Yeah.
And partnered with other people, yung mga 3M, to come up with these shields. So, yan.
So, ito daw, parang kulang daw yung ingredients niya. So, may alternative ingredients. So, pacham na lang daw. Pachamba. Pachabang menu. From Jeffrey.
Oo, gusto ko yung pachamba. But that comes from your own resourcefulness. So, paano tayo magiging resourceful? How can you be more resourceful in the face of a situation or in the face of a problem? Because, again, balik tayo sa brain, ha? Balik tayo sa brain. It all begins with how you think. If you think, wala na. ubos na, wala na mangyayari. Wala talagang solusyon.
Ito yung sinasabi natin, di ba, yung gasgas na yung necessity is the mother of invention. So, ang daming necessities na minsan wala ka talaga ngayon during this time because, again, you have to do a grocery run para kang mag-gegera. So, hindi na lang, ano lang meron dito, I will make do with what I have.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
It's that.
And in crisis, ang daming opportunities.
Correct.
Okay? So, questions could be for you to train your attention into what do I have and what can I do to help the needs of my company, my community, and my country. Who resources? What resources do I have access to? Or whom do I have access to? Yun yung sinasabi kong baka yung asawa mo marunong gumawa ng whatever. Or yung asawa mo ay magaling magluto. Or yung anak mo kayang maging creative. You can come up with all of these resources and see how can this resource adapt to the needs or solve the needs that are apparent right now. Now, the next is to be relevant. Right now, in this scenario, a lot of people feel restless. Some are working from home, but others, no work, no pay. So how can they feel relevant? And if you're working from home, how can you be more relevant as well?
Yeah.
When it comes to relevance, I love focusing the attention of people into several things. Kasi meron kang strength, meron kang kagalingan, meron ka ng can do. Hindi na to yung hahanap ka ng resources, pero alam mong kaya mo. How do you make yourself useful right now? A lot of people I know are wonderfully gifted when it comes to caring for others, and they create care groups for people. Our church, Favor Church, they have prayer groups, they have prayer sessions, people pray for one another, and that's wonderful relevance that you can have. You go out again, itong agility na to, it's so difficult to do this by yourself. So to see a community or to seek out a community, a group of people who can pray with you, a group of people that you can listen to uplift you, and to see how you can be a source of upliftment as well in others. So how do you make yourself relevant? Learn more, upskill, try to see an insight that is good and share it with others. And that's what we're constantly doing. We keep on reading, we keep on studying, we keep on finding out different shifts in behavior so that we can share it with others, so that it's what we're saying is going to be more relevant too. So a couple of those things. Walang ganun, Mars.
Dami nito. Wait lang. Lipat muna tayo so that we can... Sabi ni Tina ay, setting is not ideal, so there may be things that have to give, or we have to learn to let go. Clarity is key, so when we are aware of what we need to focus on and acceptance on what we have to let go. Dali lang. To avoid rash decisions. So, setting non-negotiable has been helpful. Accuracy of information ba? Speed ba? Making people feel a certain way? Image ba? This has helped me most of the times. Might be useful to others. Thank you for sharing that, Tina.
Yeah.
Totoo yan. Again, I think it's the stop, no? It's the pause before doing it. And then, that's also gathering resources and becoming more relevant.
We just want to say hi to a friend
from London.
In London.
Yeah.
Hello,
hi.
Udam.
My classmate in NLP Academy.
Yes.
Hi, Udam.
So it's really how you train your brain. Going back to how you train your brain, because if you feel that you're useless at this time, if you feel like I can't do much, know that whatever it is you do has an impact. A while ago, with the question of, I think Mark was asking about freelance consultants, what you do, what you can do can have an impact. So with what I know, what can I contribute? So it's really a matter of contribution now. And it's not necessarily, going to make any profit. It's not really just for that. But maybe I can do something to help my community, to help my company, even if it's not being asked of me, or to even help my country. So being relevant is going to help train your brain to rise again, instead of just sinking into that feeling of, I'm so useless.
And speaking of training your brain. So yan, how, thank you for your insights, sabi ni Sam of
Hi,
Film Life.
Sam.
How can we have such foresights that you have? It seems na nakikita nyo kaagad yung different scenarios para we too can adapt and prepare for it.
There are so many things out there, information out there from credible sources. You can look at research companies. There's like information from Gallup. There are look at credible sources. Kasi when you look at predictions, what's gonna happen after COVID, and you just look at a website and it's like, kung sino-sino lang, baka fear-mongering lang sila. So you really have to look at credible organizations or teams or companies who give you insights.
Yun yung mga ready insights na.
Yeah.
Although, again, like what I said kanina, there are some people who are gifted with these insights because of their strengths, like connectedness or strategic, no? Because they see trends. And for those who don't or want to develop a strength like that, it's possible naman, I think. Like I told you before, ako, even if it's useless information, I still read it. I still absorb it.
Yeah.
Bakit? Because I don't know, like in the future, it might help me, and then I'm able to make those connections. I am able to see the relations, and then because of that, because of all the information, all the data that I have, I'm able to infer. And able to parang predict already.
And you know, you can join groups like Bounce Back Philippines.
Yeah.
There are a lot of business owners there. There are a lot of business people who have chats and conversations. There are people from Go Negosyo who are talking about these things. Because I'm not claiming, you know, that I know all of these things. It's not that. It's really more of us being aware and reading so much more from credible sources as well. And seeing what is evident in our industry, talking to our clients, talking to the people that we cater to, asking what's happening to them. That's why we're able to see what is happening as well and giving you our insights. So
may question tayo from Jo Marie Santos. If you are being relevant but not appreciated that much, how do you handle this demotivating factor? Valid yan.
Valid.
Lalo na ngayon because you are on lockdown. We're all on lockdown. Mas mahirap magbigay yata ng appreciation kasi hindi yata yun yung focus ng mga tao.
Exactly.
So what can he do? What can people do?
There is such a thing as learned helplessness when it comes to motivation. And learned helplessness is when you fail and you fail and you fail and you feel like I'm not succeeding anymore. And the thing that gets you out of that learned helplessness is to do something that makes you happy or something that you appreciate, that you can say to yourself, oh, good job, you know. So it is a way to get you motivated. So if someone is not motivating you, it really is a time for you to go back inside, to go to you and say, what is it, you know, I know that I'm not being appreciated. Is there a way that I can do something about this? Can I ask? Can I talk to this person? Can I share with this person? Baka naman kasi this person is also, or the people that you're waiting for appreciation from are also overwhelmed by so many things, as you've said. So, because if not, maybe seek that motivation in you instead of expecting it from the outside. Motivation is stronger when it is a pull from the inside. You know, when it's your, oh, I want to do this, no matter how people appreciate me or not. I mean, doing this, regardless, you know, pupuri or hindi. But if you are doing it just for appreciation's sake, then it is also going to be short-lived. Remember that your brain, there is that part of the brain that releases dopamine. It releases the reward system. And when the reward system is good, okay, na-rewardan ako. Pag nare-rewardan yun, dumarating yung point that it becomes desensitized.
Okay.
Nagsasawa na siya doon sa same. Panyari, ikaw, good job. Nawawala yun. Kailangan kong i-level up yung good job.
Ito na yung taken for granted.
Oo, I feel taken for granted.
Pero hindi naman talaga. Meron pa rin binibigyan na good job.
Kailangan lang i-level up. So, the dopamine needs to be more. It needs to release more by giving a bigger gesture. So, if appreciation is the point for you to do things, for you to be relevant, it's going to get depleted. Not unless the relevance comes from just, you know, your inner motivation or coming from your purpose. It's really an innate purpose of why I'm doing this. You know, kumbaga nga, lately, kinikwento ko sa anak natin yung tungkol kay Jose Rizal. Hindi naman alam ni Jose Rizal kung papalakpakan siya or ni Antonio Luna kung papalakpakan siya sa pinaggagawa niya. But to do something not for appreciation, but because I want to change the world.
Ang ganda na to because I think most of the managers feel this. Eh. Kasi parang when it's your job to motivate other people, who motivates you?
Yes,
Diba
yes,
yung mga
yes.
presidents and CEOs, parang sila wala nang mag-motivate sa kanila eh. But it has to come from yourself. It has to come, like, connect to your source. Ito
Connect
yung,
to your source.
Connect to your source. Kasi if you cannot find energy from that, no, it's not your people's responsibility to motivate you. So if you cannot, ideally, you should be able to find that in you to motivate yourself. And if not, find your source. Pray, reflect.
Yeah. And one thing that really inspires me in what I do, especially when I seek relevance, is that I know that God is smiling at me. It's like that's connecting to your source. It's not pleasing the world, but pleasing God. I will do this. I am a steward of my time and my resources, and I want to do what is pleasing to God. So that, I believe, is very, very important, not for the adulation of the world, but for me to have my purpose fulfilled.
I'll speak as because of my why. No, my why is to serve, to seek relevance, and yung relevance napaka-importante sa akin. The relevance part is not really so much like getting people to notice that, but it's really looking at how my help has helped that person. Yun. So when that person becomes better, yun, relevant ako doon.
Kahit mag-thank you siya o hindi.
Kahit mag-thank you or hindi, parang, uy, good job. Parang nakatulungan siya. No? So ito medyo mahaba itong kay Gerald, no? Na parang comment niya, I know many people during this lockdown who realize more than ever how difficult it is to live with family members with varying personalities and predispositions. Example, parents and their young adult children, they worry that it impedes their ability to make fast and necessary decisions for the safety and welfare of their family. They regress to learn helplessness. Yes, totoo yan. As an example, they feel helplessness about the stubbornness of family members who find comfort in their own anxiety and are willing to change and accept the inevitability of a new normal. What would you advise people who have this domestic struggle?
Like what I've said before, is to have compassion for yourself and compassion for others.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we expect others to be more compassionate to us, and we don't see and realize that they need our compassion too. And that the first person that we need to seek compassion from is really ourselves too.
My take there, thank you for the question, Gerald. And for me, my take there is you need to be more understanding now, because this is probably your family members' way of dealing with things. Kasi again, everyone's feeling the anxiety, that uncertainty na parang, I don't know what's going to happen. They're just doing the best that they can to cope with the situation. So this is probably not a long-term behavior. This is probably a short-term behavior, and we just need to understand more.
Yes, absolutely. Fast forward to the next things that we would want to talk about.
Sige.
It will now be on a very important part, which is resilience. How can you be resilient? It is really a mindset. It's really a mindset of how will I survive this? How will this thing make me stronger? What am I learning from this? So those are three very simple questions you can ask yourself. In this situation, if you're just thinking, ang hirap, oh naman, lahat tayo nahihirapan, we get that. And again, going back to that self-compassion, understanding that we have our worries. We're worried about money. We're worried about our children. We're worried about what this thing is going to do to our companies and to our country and to our global economy. But to be able to say to ourselves, what am I learning from this? What can I learn? How can I be stronger in this situation? Or how is this situation making me stronger? It shifts your brain from looking at worry, from looking at sadness and helplessness, and shifting your brain into a solution. The mere fact that you are reframing or paying attention to something else gets your brain to have a little bit of space. So a well-managed brain is a brain that we've talked about in the past na kaya niyang prumeno. Ipreno mo lang muna. Para lang, itong pagpreno na to can give you that compassion, can give you that nurture, and to allow yourself to grow and give yourself that chance to grow at this moment.
Kasi if you just keep on going and parang walang pwedeng pumasok dyan. But if you have that pause, and the longer the pause is, no, there's more time to think about other things like compassion, about reflection, no? Merong comment dito si Tina na resilience, talking about resilience, no? Na parang, how do you become more resilient, lalo na pagdating sa work, sa mga meetings online? Sabi niya, oo nga, very limited, or wala na kasing masyadong visual cues in interacting, wala pang tonality, pag written comms. Can you share some of the things that we do sa mga meetings natin? Kaya di masyadong mabigat at masaya pa din kahit madaming work. I'm sure it will help so many. Yung talking about resilience nga, no? I think as a team, that's what we practice also. Na parang, even if online lahat yan, we still make it fun, we still make it interesting. What do we do?
We laugh. We talk about, we frame it. We talk about gratitude first. We talk about things that we're grateful for.
Ano kasi, parang yun yung first na nawawala, no? Because it's an online meeting. The first in the agenda is talagang, yun
straight
muna.
To work.
Straight to work tayo. So, kami, in train station, as a team, what we do is, we start with, how was your weekend?
We pray. We pray first.
We pray first, yes. And then we ask each and every one, no, na parang,
what are you grateful for?
What are you grateful for? What happened during the weekend? Ba't ka grateful dun sa nangyaring yun? So at least meron pa rin human touch.
Yeah. At saka, lahat ng ka-meeting namin, pinapatawa pa rin namin. Like, we change the virtual background, tapos nag-outfit kami minsan.
So for example, yung virtual background namin, beach, no? So
naka-shades ako.
Ako nakahubad ako kasi nasa beach ka, di ba? So, naka-topless ako kasi ano yan eh. But again, I only do it because it's my team, no? Pag kliyente naman yan, siguro hindi naman ako maghuhubad.
Or kunyari, merong Aurora Borealis.
Ayun, naka-fur siya.
Naka-fur ako. Yung so, in a way, how do you make it fun at least for the people that you're with?
I think that's it, no? Na parang kahit online, sino nagsabing hindi dapat fun? Dahil wala dapat human interaction na parang personal.
And it's very possible. Important, like eye contact, because you don't look at a person and it is more strained. You look at the lens. So, kanyari, nag-uusap tayo, dito ka nakatingin sa camera. How do you also, act out? It's very important that you act things out. And you are in physical synchrony with the person that you're
Sample
talking
daw, sandali. Joke lang. Hindi pwede. Daming viewers.
Okay.
Private show na lang.
Okay, next please. So itong si Resilient, ang questions na pwede natin is, what is this teaching me? And how is this making me stronger? Diba nga, what doesn't kill you, make you stronger. At the end, alam mo, promise talaga, when everything is done, we can just all be grateful, for how this has made us stronger as people. People are experiencing grief as well. We know of people who've lost sisters, friends, mothers, and it is painful. It is really a sad moment for a lot of people. In the United States, ang dami nang namamatay, all over the world. There's so many deaths already. But, I always tell people who've lost the ones that they love is, as I've lost my father, I tell them, I honor my father with the life I live. How do we honor the ones who've gone with the lives that we have? We're spared. God kept us alive. There must be a reason. Let's make it worth it. So that to me is a strong enough desire for me to live well.
So talking about life after COVID, no? Na parang, ito nga, so we became stronger because of this.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Kasi diba yung sinasabi nila parang, nakaya ko nga yan nung COVID, diba? Na-lockdown nga ako eh. Meron nga meme, diba? Na parang, single ka nga ng ilang taon, ito, sa buwan pa lang eh. Kaya mo rin yan mag-isa ka.
Gusto ko to, sabi ni
Josie Pai. Train station sounds like transition.
Nice.
How to transition to the new normal. Thank you for the insights. It all starts when you train your brain. Iba talaga nag-train pag NLP practitioner. Sobrang helpful nito for people out there. Thank you so much. Thank you, Josie Pai.
So maybe for the last thing that I would like to share just fast forward na lang kasi malapit na, nag-overtime na kami.
Nag-overtime na naman tayo.
Okay, nag-overtime na naman. But the last few things...
It's okay, we're enjoying naman.
Would be to be responsive. Ito yung sinasabi natin kanina. Click on the next slide, please. When it comes to being responsive, do it. Do it now or do it soon. Because whatever it is you've thought about, if it is relevant, if it is going to inspire others, if it is, if you have resources, if you have, all of these things with you, do it now or do it soon, because time is of the essence as well. If we are in cruise mode, a lot of us are in cruise mode, and because we also have work here at home, like you have to cook, you have to take care of the kids. It is so difficult to transition. We are really experiencing exhaustion because of the multitasking things that we're doing in a day. But if you can, please, know when to do it. So it's very important to have the when. You have to have a schedule. Like, for example, I've set a schedule. You know this. I've altered my schedule midway this COVID. I've started now with my prayer time, my meditation, and my me time. So, yung mga lahat ng yun, gagawin ko muna in the morning, first thing that I do in the morning, and I do it now. Kasi pagka pinaspone ko yun, hindi ko na siya magagawa. And the other thing is, I make time also for when work is, and when time is for the kids. So, when that is the time, I do it. But of course, there are things that you cannot control. Kids will ask for your attention in the middle of work time. Then it's really a matter of, what is important right now? What can be done? Can that be put off later or can that be done now? So a lot of fast thinking is happening. If the kid would say, our kids would say, Mom, I want to go I want to play now. I have 5 minutes. It's a matter of just saying, it's a 5-minute thing. It won't hurt to play and laugh with my boy for 5 minutes. And it's also my break.
Yeah.
It's my break. And if you're going to make a decision, instead of delaying it for a week, if you can shorten the decision-making process so that, you can also address the needs that are, pending right now.
Ako naman, dito sa do it now or do it soon, when you talk about life after COVID, it's now. Hindi tayo parang getting ready to get out after this lockdown. You need to get ready now. Especially like for other industries, like for example nga tourism, no? Because I know a lot of people are dying to go out, na parang want to experience the beach, especially summer. We lost our summer. So again, ano yun? Pagdating nila, hindi ka prepared. Mahirap yun. You need to start preparing now.
Yes.
When you want to go, pagdating mo sa work, when you want to go back to work, no? When you go back to work, you need to start preparing now. What are the things that I will be needing when I go back to the office?
Yeah.
It has to happen now.
The way that we think is with or without COVID, this is how we are going to respond. That's the thing. With or without COVID, we're already talking about these things. Pero we're going a little bit over time. Probably give us 5-10 more minutes. There are people who don't want it to end.
Yes.
We love you, Val.
Josie Pai, sige, overtime, please.
Yes. Okay.
Gerald, thank you, Aaron, Carelle. People really do need to learn
compassion
and how to generously practice it.
Yes, that's true. So just the last thing on responsiveness is doing it now, doing it soon. If you need compassion for yourself, do it now. Breathe. Oh my goodness, that moment to breathe and giving yourself space to have more compassion for you. When you are feeling so stressed with your parents and you think that they need to give you more compassion, stop and breathe. Because they probably cannot do it for you right now. So maybe you just need to do it for yourself. Breathe, pray, do it now.
Ayoko pa matapos. Well, magtanong kayo para hindi po matapos. So Mel, thanks for all the insights. Excited na ako sa next FB Live. Again, if there are topics that you want us to discuss for the next FB Live, let us know.
Yes.
Do it now. Babe, pakasal na tayo. Oy. Proposal ba to?
Proposal ba? Okay. So, just kahit 1 hour pa, sobrang naman. Maglalaro pa kami ng mga bata.
Dadalhin pa namin.
So, basically, we just want to help everyone here train their brain. And it's really about what muscle you're exercising. This muscle, ba't ako may biceps? May biceps ako.
Yeah, oo nga, no?
Meron talaga akong biceps.
Kakakarga yan sa anak natin.
O kakakarga sa bata. At saka, dahil matagal ko na siyang tinitrain din, I was working out when I was younger. It's so funny that my workouts at the earlier years of my life made that muscle stronger. Same is true with your brain. what you've been practicing for so long has a tendency to make that part of your brain stronger. So if it is a new thing, can it still make you stronger? Yes, if you invest time in making it strong. So let me just remind everyone, just take the time to invest on thinking and thinking fast. I want you to also invest time in looking at your resources, what you can do so that you can be resourceful. Number 3 is to think of how you can be relevant. Look at how you can inspire, uplift, be useful at this time, be more useful for people and communities right now. You can also be more responsive, be faster in the way that you'd respond. Train yourself to be faster. Pagka inutusan ka ng asawa mo, huwag kang sumagot ng, okay, mamaya. Kaya bang gawin ngayon? Or pagka hiningan ka ng isang bagay, kaya ba gawin ngayon or soon? Kasi pag pinagpabukas mo, baka hindi mo pa magawa. And the last thing is to be resilient. To see that in this situation and whatever it is that has pained us, and as you know this, marami na kayong pinaghirapan, pinagdaanan, and lahat ng bagay na yun, pinalakas lang kayo. So, I hope that this thing can make your relationship stronger, can make you as individuals stronger. Train that brain to see how this is making you stronger. And we will win this. We will win this together.
We're gaining something from this. Sabi nga natin kanina, we are stronger after this. We are more agile after this. We are more resilient after this. Because sa pagdaanan natin to, we were able to get more resources. How it is to live like this. And things will definitely change, and we need to prepare for those changes. Not when the lockdown ends, but we need to prepare for the change right now because we need to start training our brain. So, last question. This is medyo controversial. No? What is your stand on how our government is handling this pandemic?
We're doing the best that we can.
Yun din ang sasabihin ko.
That's what the government is doing. It's doing the best that it could in this situation. I mean, we have limited resources. Oh my God, I wish like Canada is giving out, so much support. Sweden, Germany, but we are in a situation wherein, we're also limited. So,
totoo yan. We're doing the best we can, and I think some of the mayors are doing a great job. And I think what we need to do more is really support, share best practices. Instead of parang criticizing and bringing others down. Parang if this person is doing it, why don't we do it also? Kasi nakakatulong yan. So I think it's more of that.
Can we just spend the last few minutes saying hi to everyone else?
Sige, si Sam, sabi niya, sobrang galing, sobrang spontaneous na discussion. Thank you for a great FB Live. Thank you so much, Sam.
Sam Pagaduan, of course, I remember you. Hello.
Karen, Austria, thank you so much.
Yes,
thank you
Karen.
also for tuning in. Nico, super late ka, bro. Homer.
Hi,
si
Nico.
Val, I have more time to be more introspective.
That's true. That's true.
Tama. That's a good way of looking at this lockdown.
Yeah.
Parang it's giving you more time for that. Alan, yes, it is true to be responsive. It should be now or never.
Yes.
So Jeffrey, thank you. Thank you also.
Dan and SM, thank you.
Clarice, thank you so much for the advice, word of wisdom, and nakaka-inspire. Keep safe.
Thank you.
Si Val, it is also amazing how private entities are stepping up and helping out. Galing. Oh.
So it's not just about the country, the government, but us as a people.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
Daming volunteers.
I'm amazed.
Shout out sa kila Aisha.
Yeah, Aisha Segura, the Volunteer Corps Philippines,
Yes.
PH, yes.
Thank you.
Jo Marie, yes. Si Poloy, God bless.
It's so amazing hearing this kind of lifting words. So powerful. The NLP have changed my vision in life. Thanks so much for the learnings. We are locked down, but we're not locked up to persevere. Mabuhay ang train station team. Salamat.
Thank you.
May Lucero, thank you for the words. This is what we need. I'm an OFW wife with my 4 kids. We survived 30 days na kami lang thinking my kids and my husband away from us. With this situation, tama po ba? It's really how we respond and deal with this pandemic. Kahit mag-isa lang ako, mas naging matapang ako ngayon. Thinking fast and resiliency. So,
yes.
Salamat.
Yeah.
Tama yan.
Yeah.
And congratulations dahil may nakuha kang resource.
And do what you can. Ako, kung mag-isa ka, I'm sure Facebook, I'm sure, FaceTime or whatever it is that you have as technology will be your friend right now. Just keep on connecting. Keep on connecting with them.
si Kevin talaga.
Okay, gusto malaman daw ng bayan kung ilang taon na si RR sa Sunday.
Hulaan nyo na lang. Hulaan nyo.
Mamimigay kami ng premyo.
Ayan. So again, thank you so much for joining us.
Si Homer.
Si Homer, shout out ka muna sa mga clients mo tapos taga SM Nico. Ayan.
Yan. Yes. So yung mga clients na nandiyan dyan.
Again, for this session, we'd like to thank FSFC for tuning in. SM especially.
Of course, yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Sino pa ba? STI. Sila Mel. Yan.
Yes.
Thank you. Phelam. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay?
So there you go. Thank you so much.
Maraming salamat and see you sa next FB Live.